Yeah. Oh, I'm very okay. I clearly need to fiddle with my camera settings. I forgot that this particular overlay always fucks with my camera settings. So I'll fiddle with that a little later. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing today? I'm sorry you lost a box of books. That's awful. I mean, that's happened to me before as well, you know. And it's so weird because like how do you like how like when you're especially and I'm not asking you because I've gone through this as well. Like how do you physically lose a box of books when you're the one who was moving all your shit, right? Like I have never understood how I have ever been able to do that, you know? All right, let me see if I can fiddle with this camera thing uh to get it to work correctly. Do 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 do. All right, I want to zoom out just a hair. Oh, hello. And then we want to tilt a little bit. There we go. All right, that's better. That's better, right? I'm a little bit more centered and stuff. All right. Hello, Anita. Welcome in, and welcome in, Judy, and of course, Sophia. Um, Maybe it wasn't labeled anything but storage. It used to be in storage. It was like old comp lit books. Oh, well, that's not a big deal. Because you could always get new comp lit books. Um, So yeah. So anyway, aside from missing books, how is everyone doing today? Okay, so I don't like the tilt. I think oh, Let me wrong way. Okay, that's better. There we go, that's better. Um I can't replace some of these. At least one was signed by the scientist. Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There we go. All right. I think I'm happy with my camera now, relatively speaking. Anita is meh today. I can understand that also. I've been meh for weeks. Judy says all the anxiety meeting with an MFA program director today. Oh yay. What like if you want to share what school and also like what program. So I was actually talking with when I had Lisa Yazik on my show on Monday, we were talking about that, how I was looking at potentially getting a doctorate. And so I emailed one of the Georgia universities, like whoever was the head of their creative writing doctoral program or whatever, asking if me as a genre writer, if I would be welcome. And they basically said a very polite version of no, you would not be fucking welcome. So I mean, that was probably, I think that was when we first came back to Georgia. So that was at least 10 years ago. So maybe things have changed. Um, let's see. Jay, welcome, Jay. See, hot minute. I know. I mean, oh, you work for the state. You don't work for the federal government, right? So I was going to be like, oh, well, you have today off. But you work for the state, if I'm not mistaken, which has got to be even more stressful because you're probably getting a lot of people calling you complaining about the government shutdown, and you have nothing to do with that. So I'm really sorry for that. But we've missed you. Glad you're back. Saw. Sophia says, other than that, my crochet is doing well. I passed my CPR class today. Yes, and you're going shopping tomorrow. I mean, that feels right. That feels correct. Judy says, a few Canadian schools. Okay, so it's a distance thing. If you're looking for a really good MFA program that absolutely caters to the stuff that we write, my alma mater is fabulous. Seton Hill University. It's in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, which is right outside of Pittsburgh. And it's like you have to go there for like 5 days each semester, and then the rest of it is distance learning. But it is an excellent program. Best thing I ever did for my writing. If you're looking to go that route, like I would absolutely recommend it. And if you want to talk, like if you're interested, if you have questions or whatever, I am happy to. We can pop on a Zoom call or do it over text, like on Messenger or whatever, if I'm happy to talk about my experience there. So, Real welcome in, friend. How are you doing today, Miss Recovery? Judy says, "Oh, nice. I remember you mentioning that. I'll probably bug you about it at some point." Absolutely. I mean, it's not bugging me. I love talking about that program. It was the first genre. It was the first and is still, I think, the best genre writing program in the country. So, yeah, it's good. It's good. And we've turned out like Nalo Hopkinson is one of ours, Maria Schneider's one of ours. We've got a ton. Kimberly Howe, who helps run the Thrillers organization, the anyway, she helped start the organization that's like, romance writers or horror writers or SIFLA. It's like that for thrillers. She helped start that. We've got a ton of folks who are our people. So yeah, so please definitely feel free to pick my brain about it because I'm always happy to talk about it. Jera, and welcome in. Glad you could join us today. Huzzah! I'm gonna give you some. Oh, I don't know if my sounds work on this one. I need to check. Does it work? It did work. So, welcome in, friend. Glad to see you here. Do I know you by a different name or are you brand new to me? Because it has tagged you as a first time chatter. So if I know you by a different name, let me know. If not, I'll just call you. Is it Jera? Jera? Feel free to correct my pronunciation. Ariel says, doing good. This may be my last week out of work because my pay gets cut. So trying to make the most out of the next couple days. Oh, yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Sharon, welcome in. If you would prefer I call you Sharon, I'm happy to call you Sharon. Ariel says my pay gets reduced starting next week. I mean, yeah, other than that, I'm picking out which tea I would like. I mean, that's a hard decision. There's lots of good tea. No, I understand what you mean. Sharon, come in, Sharon. We're glad you could join us today. The way the stream works, if you haven't been here before, is that we do 20-minute sprints. Every two sprints or so, we take a little 5 or 10 minute break. We chat, we do whatever. Sometimes it's a little longer. Um, and then we get back to work. And after usually two breaks, I've lost track of how many breaks we've had, or actually, usually sometime after the first one, I'll lose track, and people have to tell me when we're due for a break. And we go till about 3 o'clock Eastern time, so it's about 3 hours. And yeah, that's really it. And then we'll go raid someone. So if folks need to keep working, they can we can pop over to that other place, like the whichever ever other channel we end up raiding, and you can stay there and do sprints with them. So welcome in, Sharon. Glad you could join us. All right, y'all. What's be working on today? I am working on multiverse schedule stuff. I am so behind, but I got a lot done yesterday, um, which made me feel good. So I'm going to keep going. I have to get it nailed down so that we can be sure all the moderators know they're moderating because I've changed a couple moderators uh, but because of requests from people. So yeah, so we've got to get that nailed. I've got to get that nailed down today. I also have to send the schedule to the volunteer coordinators because they're going to ask the volunteers if there's anything specific that they definitely want to attend that they don't want to be volunteering during. If we can, so we can try to make their schedule the way they want it. So I need to get that to them. Anyway, Anita said, I'm going to do some art today and maybe some editing. I like that. I'm really itching to get back to my creativity, which is great because I haven't had that itch in quite a while. Y'all know, like I've talked about this before, that I have this new story that I'm working on, but I haven't been able to work on it the last couple of weeks because I've been so frozen. Um, one of the things I struggle with is procrastination. When I'm feeling overwhelmed, I put things off, which never helps. And I've been really good over the last few years of recognizing when that happens and pulling myself out before it gets bad. But this round, I was not able to do that. I mean, I was recognizing it as it was happening, but I could not get myself, I just couldn't get myself to do what I needed to do. And that's so weird because it's so hard when you know what you should be doing, but you just can't get yourself to do those things. And that's something I've always struggled with my weight. Like I know how I'm supposed to eat. I know how I'm supposed to exercise. I know all that thing. I grew up fat. Everyone and their mother's brother told me exactly what I should be doing. So I know what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's always been something in that realm of my life I've done, but it's not as common in other realms of my life. And so this last round of the procrastination spiral has been so bad. Like it's the worst in years, probably since the tree fell the second time, because that always, like that, both times threw me into this huge loop. But the second time wasn't as bad as the first time because obviously I'd done it before, so I understood it. But like these last few weeks, it's just like, I don't know how I just have not been able to pull myself out. But I absolutely have to because this con is only 2 weeks away and I've got to get this shit done because I was supposed to, like, the schedule should have been completely done and out by now. And, according to my own schedule. And I just have not been able to focus on anything really. So, so my writing, as I was saying, that story that I'm excited about has been on the back burner as well. So I'm really kind of itching to get back into sort of the creativity, and there's stuff I really want to move forward with TWT. Um, but I have to get this I got to get past multiverse first. I've got to get through multiverse first. So let's see. Sharon is opening up a long neglected work in progress. We love that. We love that. Ariel's making tea. What tea did you decide on? And maybe brainstorming an idea for a writing challenge. Oh, did you see the NYC Midnight contest for short stories open? The registration opened like a couple days ago, I think. I meant to post about it on TWT, but that's currently open for early registration. Jay is going to try to get words in today. It's been a hectic 2 weeks at a day job. We're dealing with planned contract disputes and a plan terminating, so thousands are going to be affected. And oh yeah, you can't reach anyone at Social Security. I'm sorry, honey. I really am. I really, really am. And I'm hugging you right back, Jay, because yeah, that's rough. Sophia's dealing with papers, like you're writing papers for school, or you're just dealing with like papers you have to sort through and deal with. I mean, you don't have to answer me. I'm just nosy. Ariel says, I did. I hope to have the spoons for that. Excellent. Oh, just sorting papers. That's way easier. I'm just going to say. I mean, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you just don't want to see the papers that you're supposed to be sorting. Okay. Let's set up our spirit to do some searching. We're probably going to have to go over to you see, I finally changed my girl's outfit. So but she's still in her comfy PJs. She's just now, wearing more season appropriate stuff. So we'll just have her looking up. Oh, okay. I guess we'll have her writing for now. Okay, so let's see what our next spirit we have to lure is. Chapter Pillar. Okay, I feel like this is right up our alley. Chapter Pillar has been completely engrossed in the series of epic space opera novels. I recently read that they're adapting them into a video game. It could be a nice way to pass time on our next trip, curled up in a train cabin seat. So, does it mean we're supposed to be reading or we're supposed to be playing a video game? Chapter pillars. So which one of the original ones? Oh, this might be one I don't have yet. Oh yeah, this might be one of the ones I don't have yet. Does that look like, I don't, yeah, I think this is, we don't have that one yet, I think. Okay, let's look at this one. I've noticed some strange glowing lights from the balcony as I pass the forest at night. Bulby could help me see things a bit better. It seems quite curious about the animal sounds after dark. Okay, so definitely night and definitely exterior. Did it say looking? I forgot. I forgot already, y'all. Um strange glowing lights from the balcony as I pass by the forest at night. Okay. So we need the forest for the background. Forest? Is that right? Maybe this one? No, this one? Because none of the rest are forest. And then animal sounds. Well, unless it's, hang on. Birds singing. Okay, so I think it's actually going to be here, night forest. But we're going to turn it down because I don't want to hear that. Okay, are we got, no. Okay, so we're missing something. All right. Oh, glowing lights. So we probably need Bulby. That's who we need. Bulby, yep. So, oop, that's wrong. That's wrong. Dang it. I keep hitting the wrong things. Wardrobe. Spirit companion. Bulby, 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 Bulby. There's Bulby. Okay, now let's see if we got it. Yes. Okay, we're luring now. There we go. All right. There we go. Okay. Um, Jay says to Ariel, tea is always good for writing. Plus 100%. Although I'm drinking a second cup of coffee, so I can't say anything. I'm making Sakura strawberry rose tea. I've never had it before, but it smelled good when I bought at Dragon Con. That does sound good. I'm a big fruit or flower tea person. I love the smell of them, but I inevitably don't like the taste. So, but I hope you really enjoy it. I hope you like it. Sakura Strawberry Rose is one of my go-to teas. Got a bag at home. Tea and Absinthe is one of my favorite tea purveyors. Yeah, they're definitely good. I love their stuff. I love their stuff. Agreed, agreed, agreed. So look at y'all. Y'all have something in common right there. Okay, let's get into it. Let me pull up the timer and fix it to the way we use it. Oh, except we did 30 minutes last time, but we're only doing 20 minutes. All right. Bree! It's just time. We are about to get started. Hello, Bree. Welcome in, friend. What are you going to be working on today? What are you going to be working on? Um, so, as a reminder for folks who are new, we don't play music in the stream unless folks buy. Oh, I don't have that note up on here. I need to add that note to yeah, except I have to. Okay, I'm gonna do something real quick, and it's gonna be weird, because I have to switch over to a different. Hopefully that didn't fuck my camera up, but it probably did. Oh no, it didn't. That's amazing. All right, can you hear me now? Yeah, it was because I was switching between things because I had to snag. Where did it go? I had to snag a thing. Paste, duplicate. Okay, so now we got to move this guy. Okay, I just fucked up. Hang on. Oh, shoot. Undo that. Put everything back where it was. I need. There it is. Okay, there we go. Actually, I'm going to move that up here. And then we're going to move this over here. How about that? There we go. All right. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. So the reason you lost my voice is because I switched over to a different background and a different overlay. Oh, fuck. I did that again. There we go. Okay. A different overlay so that I could snag the little note about the mic being off. I had to pop over there and pop back. And over there, I guess my mic was probably muted. So that's why. But I'm back. I'm here. I promise. So, all right. So, no music unless people use the little plot bunnies to purchase music, which happens pretty regularly. Our music is Spotify, but it's like I'm trying to use royalty free music and I only have a few genre selections at this point because I haven't had time to go look for more. All right. I am working on multiverse schedule stuff. We've got an ad coming in like 30 seconds. So just be aware that you're about to be, hit on the head with the capitalist capitalist need for money. Um, Yay! You fed the dragon! Yes! Nom 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 nom. I still can't hear the sound for that, and I still don't know why. Oh, we're so close to leveling up. All right. We've got an ad in like 15 seconds, so I'm going to go ahead and get us started. We've got 20 minutes on the clock. Let's get into it, y'all. Okay, y'all, that's the end of that sprint. How did you do? I have done really well. I've been working on the volunteer needs for my track directors that they have sent to me. So I'm putting them all. I have a big project in Notion where I have a section for their volunteer needs. So I have like last year's and stuff like that. So I've been putting it in there because then that keeps it all in one place, and then I can just um, then send that information over to the volunteer team. Um, so Jay, I hydrated with coffee. It's decaf coffee, to be clear. So it counts. Thank you for the hydrate. So my friend Holly brought last time she was up in the north, she brought me a container of Italian cocoa. So it's like hot chocolate. It doesn't have any sugar or anything in it. It's just the cocoa and flavors. And I've been adding like a spoonful to my coffee every day. That's why I've been drinking more than one cup of coffee, even though I do make the second cup decaf almost always. Um, because it's so good. So good. Let's see. Anita got some art started. A cute bunny with a mushroom hat. I like it. Sharon finished a scene. Huzzah! Yay! Sophia finished beta reading for her friend. Excellent job. Trying to phrase my criticism. That's like always, right? You know, you probably spend more brain powered words to create a positive criticism than probably anything else, to be honest. So, so I'm feeling good about where I am right now. I'm almost done. I think I'm working on the gaming volunteer needs, and then I think I have to do the create tracks volunteer needs, and then I need to double check a couple others to make sure that I got it all. Um, I just need to double check the emails. So yeah, so I'm almost ready to send that to the volunteer coordinators. Before I do that, because I just want to send everything in one email, I need to get the list of all of our events that we're doing so that they have that to give um to the potential volunteers. All right. Sophia says, I mostly have positive comments. There was just one thing I feel I should say, even though my friend probably won't agree. And that's okay, right? That's okay. Ariel says, made tea and it's good. I'm new to making tea, so still experimenting with what to add to the tea. I like it. I like it. I think fruity teas are best with just a little bit of honey or maybe agave syrup or even just sugar. Just a little though, because you don't usually need a lot. Sometimes you don't even need sweets. Um, I tend to like spicy teas rather than fruity teas. Um, yeah, so I tend to drink teas that can handle like milk and sweetener, like often honey, or maybe not at all. Like the cinnamon rooibos that I drink pretty regularly. I've lately been adding a little blob of like a small blob of honey to it, but I can also completely drink it straight. It is sweet enough. I just also like the taste of honey, the actual taste of honey, and so I like it when it's that taste is mixed in for me. Whew, I'm getting warm. Hot flash. I've been off my estrogen patch for a few weeks and oh, I'm hot. Okay. Who else needs to check in? Who hasn't checked in? Judy, are you still here? Judy, I'm assuming you're doing day job stuff. Um, and Bree, what were you working on? How did that go? Ariel says I added a splash of milk and sugar. That seems to work, but I feel like it diluted the fruit flavor. That's exactly what the problem with adding milk to fruit tea is, because the fruit flavor is very delicate and the milk can overpower it. Yeah, that's exactly why they're not usually as good with milk. Um, and it's also part of why I like the stronger flavors, because then they like they don't, it's not a competition. They kind of balance each other. Sophia says, I'm going to crochet until the full hour and then edit. That sounds good. So I saw a video recently about a woman who crocheted this gigantic elephant. I don't know if you saw that. And it immediately made me think of you and Rose, but it was this huge elephant, like big, and she had crocheted it, and to to put it together, she used like a big piece of wood, like a 2x4 kind of piece of wood that goes through the whole body so she could hook the head on, and it would hold the structure. It was really cool watching her because I didn't watch her creating it, but I was watching her put it together because obviously she made the body and stuffed it, and then she made the legs and stuffed those, and then she had the head. She had made the head and stuffed that, and then she had made the tail. And so I was watching her just like put the pieces together, and that was just really cool to watch. But it was humongous. Bree says I made exactly one promo graphic. I totally read that in my head before it came out my mouth. I had caught it well before it reached my mouth, but then I was laughing at myself for I read that as porno. I totally read it as porno. So I think it's because the word good is right under it and it mixed the vowels up for me. It was weird. So Bree made exactly one promo, not porno, graphic. Me and Canva are not good friends. Yeah, Canva and I are not great friends either. Valid considering I write some. Well, okay, so clearly I just knew things. Clearly I just knew things. So, all right. Excellent. Great job getting your promo graphic done. Congratulations. Good job. Good job. Whew, y'all, I'm hot. And it's not hot in here. I mean, it's hot by other people's standards, but it's actually comfortable by my normal standards. But oh, y'all, I'm hot. Oh, okay, let's get back into it. I want to finish this list. We've got an ad starting in about 3 minutes, so let's get going. I've got 20 minutes on the clock. Let's do the things, y'all. Here we go. Okay, y'all, it's the end of that sprint. How did you do? I have been talking to multiple people I needed to talk to about things. So, and I'm still working on the list for volunteer. I had to figure out, so we need somebody in the gaming room to assist the director in there like the whole weekend. So I'm like, oh, I don't know what the hours are for the gaming room. So, so I'm figuring those kind of details out. And, I didn't realize quite how much I relied on our director of, so we've got a director, he's over play, which is the panel room about gaming, and he's also over the gaming room, which makes sense, right? Because I never realized quite how much I relied on him until this year. He had a big medical emergency about a month and a half ago that he is still recovering from. And I didn't realize quite how much I relied on him for that until this moment, or until this happened. So yeah, so I didn't even know the hours. So yeah, let's see. Sophia finished the Dino Head and started on edits on chapter 27, which is almost done. And I think you have 29 chapters, I think. 29, right? You're so close. Sharon says, you always know what's coming after that. You may not know the details of what's coming after that, but you know what's coming after that. I went down a research rabbit hole. Yes. So, Sophia is like 2 chapters away from being completely finished. Yes. Bree got a call from a formatter because someone forgot to include ISBNs in the manuscript delivery. So I've been handling that. I still have my life together. Girl, I feel you. I feel you deep in my heart. For real. Um, let's see. Sharon says, let's just say I've learned a lot about the history of puzzle boxes. Okay, but that's a valid research hole or research like yeah, research rabbit hole because that I am sure that was fascinating. Anita worked on the bunny. It's not a happy bunny, so you have an unhappy bunny to go with your evil chicken. I mean, it tracks. It tracks, right? Um, yes. Yes, I agree. I agree with Sophia. Share something about puzzle boxes because I think I would find that fascinating also, but I don't have time to do a research rabbit hole. So, um, and Ariel is still brainstorming. Excellent, excellent. So we've got a little break, and I've really got to pee, and I've got like 2 sips of my coffee left, so I'm going to go down and get some tea. I have to do something with the cat because the cat has been whining for the entire sprint, as if she does not have food in her bowl because I literally gave her food right before, and I know she hasn't eaten it. I know she hasn't, y'all. So I'm gonna go down and throw away the food she has in her bowl and give her different food to see what she's in the mood for today. She is so fucking temperamental. She literally ate this flavor of food last night. I opened a can and she usually gets a third. It's a container and I gave her a third last night and she woofed it down. And I gave her a third this afternoon and she did not woof it down. She has not taken a bite. So Anita said the bunny is not supposed to be happy, and the chicken is not supposed to be good. Sharon says they aren't as old as I thought. Only been around since the 19th century. Well, damn. I wanted to be ancient. Ah, cats. My cats are annoyed that I can't bend over to pet them. I can understand that. I can understand that. I actually had my cat on my lap. I had this cat on my lap last night while I brushed her. I'm trying to teach her how to do that so I don't because like otherwise I have to like be all bent over and it's good to stretch out your hips, but it's not good to like be in that position for like 15 minutes. So I held her on my lap and wouldn't let her down. This is the second time I've done it and I wouldn't let her down while I brushed her, and she loves to be brushed. So I brushed her, and as I was brushing her, and she seemed like she wasn't trying to get down anymore, I kind of moved my hand a little so that we could just make it, I was patting her with both hands when I stopped brushing her. So she's like, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. All right. It's time for a little break. We're going to take 5 minutes. I'm going to go use the bathroom. If you need to do that, please do that. I'm going to go get some tea. If you need to go get a drink, please take this time to do that. If you need to get something to eat, I actually ate right before the stream, amazingly, so I'm probably not going to eat again until the next break. And if you, at the very least, if you've been here with me this whole time and you've been sitting down, please get up and just like move around a little bit so you don't get too stiff, because that's important. And also, your first reminder, I have a stack of meds right here. If you haven't taken your meds yet, and you should have taken your meds by now, take your meds. All right, I'm going to take 2 of my pills right now, and I'm going to go do the thing. We'll meet back here in 5. I'm going to have music playing. Hopefully they won't hit us with ads, but if they do, you're just going to have to listen to them. I'm sorry. All right, be right back, y'all. Okay. I have the sound off because you can probably hear it because it's ads and I can't actually stop it at all. Hang on, let me pause. There we go. All right. So once the ads start, I can't even pause. Like I can't do anything. The ads just have to run. So so yeah. And I clearly forgot to run the timer. I forgot I did it again, the same thing I did yesterday where I hit start on the timer, but I wasn't actually hitting start on the timer. I was just making the timer the active window, and so it didn't start. So I know we've still probably got about a minute and a half left because I know that took a little while. But the cat did eat a good portion of what was in her dish earlier. So clearly she was hungry. So I'm waiting for this ad to end so that I can like unmute the Spotify from my main sound. There we go. Okay. And now we can pause the actual music. Okay. Um Now my ending feels rushed. Fuck. Um are you sure it feels rushed? Or in your head is it rushed? Oh Sharon, okay. Be careful out there. We'll see you when you get back. Okay, we've got an ad starting in 30 seconds, so let's go ahead and get the sprint going. Let's go ahead and do that so that, I don't have to try to snooze it. I only have one snooze left. So I'm going to start the timer and then we're going to directly have an ad. So feel free to mute at this point for a little bit. All right, here we go. Okay, y'all. That's the end of that sprint. How'd you do? Again, talking to multiple people. I sent a couple emails I needed to send. And think I think I've got all the volunteer needs into my database. I am again going to double check my emails and make sure I didn't miss any, but I think I've got them all. So how did everybody else do? Once I get this done, sorry, I had something under my nail. Um, yeah, so once I get this done, I'm going to send it off to the volunteer team so they know what we need. Fingers crossed. Day 5 of a clean kitchen. Look at you. I'm so proud. Sophia also finished editing chapter 20. Two more. Two more. So close. Bree got the ISBNs done and got another graphic done. Yes, y'all are kicking it today. I'm saying. Anita gave up on the art, not feeling it today. I understand that. Dealt with a dumb spammer on Instagram. I fuck around with them. When I have the spoons, I like to fuck around with spammers and scammers. So I haven't had the spoons lately, but it's still a thing I enjoy. Ariel said she's getting closer to writing words. This October challenge has been a good test to see how I handle working with a prompt. I like that. Yeah, I find for me, prompts work as long as I have enough time because my brain freezes when I get like, you have to do X, Y, and Z. My brain's like, fuck off. What my brain tries to do is it tries to find like the weirdest way around that, like the weirdest thing. And so, like a way to do it but not do it at the same time. I don't know why my brain is like that. It doesn't like to be told what to do. So yeah, so I it's an interesting I it takes me a long time. Like when I do the NYC midnight challenges, if like we have 5 days, I usually don't start writing till the fifth day. I don't have a set idea until the fourth day, right? So I mean that's really normal for me. It's annoying as fuck. So yeah. Sophia says I probably could do a big push and be done this week. I have a bottle of bubbly saved. You could do You could do that. Bree says, "Oh my God, I love when they show up in my email telling me that it's not paying me to review your book. You're just buying a cup of coffee for me while I read." Okay, then I'll send you $4. Anita says, "I'm doing Witchtober daily group promo on Instagram, and it's bringing the promo spammers out of the woodwork." That makes sense. Sophia says, "I also have a test on Tuesday. I should probably focus on though." Yes. You have a test on Tuesday. That's more important because you're way ahead in your editing. It's way more important. You've got a schedule for the editing that allows for all the things, so just stick to what you're doing cuz definitely the test is more important. And you'll be really annoyed if you spend the money on or you spend the time on the editing and then you don't do as well on the test as you could have because that can have more lasting repercussions. So anyway, but you're a grown ass adult. You do what you want. Next week, though, yes, we will be marking that. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited. Okay, we have a spirit to meet, but we're not going to meet the spirit until the break. So we're going to do one more sprint, and then we will meet our new spirit. Okay, y'all ready? Let's do it. 20 minutes. Here we go. Oops, missed the timer. Hello, Valerie. Welcome in, friend. Good to see you today. You were just in time for a break. Excellent timing. All right. Okay, how'd everybody do that round? Let me know. Also, Valerie, that is the cutest little emoji. Sophia has done nothing. That's okay because you did great today. Like, you got a lot done. So it's okay that you did nothing. Nothing is fine. Nothing is fine. So I sent some messages, I sent some emails. I'm trying to I reserved something. I've just done lots of little random things. Um, let's see. Valerie says I've written a bit. Slow day so far. Some days are slow, right? Some days are just slow. So, and that's okay too. That's okay too. I feel like I'm at least getting stuff done, which is better than I've done for the last 3 weeks. So, I need to switch to editing. Murder is making me less meh. I love you so much. Someday we will meet in person and I will give you the biggest hug with consent, and then you can stab me. All right. Enough of that. We get a break. Continue to check in. I just need to run to the bathroom. I've still got like over half a cup of tea, and I've got like one of my gigantic tea mugs. So yeah, so I'm okay on tea for now. So I'm going to use the restroom. If you need to get something to eat or something to drink, or you need to use the facilities, this is a great time to do that. If you've been sitting this whole time, please get up and stretch your legs a little bit, move around, get your blood flowing. And this is your final reminder. If you haven't taken your meds yet, and you should have taken your meds, take your meds. I'm going to take 2 more pills, and then I'm going to go to the bathroom. And then I'll come back and we will meet our new spirit, y'all. Okay, hang on. Let's see. Valerie says, thinking too much about garlic books. I need more words. I need more words around that. Anita said, switch. Oh, wait, I already read that. Bree says, Dear Lord, I got pulled into a work meeting that really could have been an email. I mean, I feel like most of them could be an email, right? All right. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to try to remember to actually start the timer this time. And we'll meet back here in just a couple minutes, and then we'll meet our brand new spirit. Okay, be right back. Okay, sorry, I'm getting down and boogieing with my bad self. All right. Valerie says Jennifer Armentrout's next book will be garlic scented, like the actual book is going to smell like garlic. I don't know if I want to say, tell me this is a thing or tell me this is not a thing. I can't decide which response I want. Judy's like, not the garlic book. All right. Um, okay, so let us meet our new spirit. Let me pull this over so I can see it. Yes, Hellman's garlic aioli specifically. Whew, that is kind of hilarious. I don't really know if I would want a garlic book in my library. It just seems like it would just make my office very smelly. Um, I like garlic. I do also like garlic, but I prefer to eat it than smell it on my books. I think it's a really cool concept. I don't know if the application of the concept would be something I would embrace personally, is what I'm saying. All right, let's meet our new spirit, y'all. You ready? Let me turn off the timer for a second so we have more space. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. Oh, it's a moth. It's a moth with a lighted butt. A wispwing. That sounds like I'm like having you know what it sounds like? It sounds like the priest in Princess Bride. It is a wispwing. All right, let's see. Let's hear about them. Where bulbies gather their sustenance by hopping between electrical sources, wispwings seem to gather energy from tiny wisps, spirits that have lost their way. Their bulbs are lanterns, so they carry to safety. Wait, bleh. So they carry to safely guard. Wait a minute. Their bulbs are lanterns they carry to safely guard the wisps they have collected. Several old bits of folklore and fairy tales warn of wispwings being ill omens and dangerous to follow into the forest, but these have long been proven to be tall tales. On the contrary, wispwings are, y'all, I cannot with that word. Oh, hang on, timer's going off. Okay, wispwings are kind yet solitary moth-like spirits who selflessly help the echoes of lost spirits move on from our plane of existence. Oh my god, I love them already. Once they have gathered enough wisps to power their bulbs, they release them with a brilliant crackle of light that I've read is beautiful to behold. If you ever see a flash of light off in the distance, it may just be a wispwing hard at work. However, only a handful of people have ever claimed to have witnessed this firsthand, since wispwings wait to release their wisps until they believe no one else is around. While I'd love to see it with my own eyes, I'd much rather be respectful of their rituals and not interfere. Despite its name, the forests and glades of Whisper Lake Woods are alive with chirping crickets, buzzing cicadas, chittering woodland creatures, creaking and swaying trees, and flowing water from the nearby lakes and brooks. Yet, for all the noise, I can just close my eyes and listen for hours without a care in my mind, content to be one with with the wildlife and spirits of this secluded little hideaway. Y'all, I keep cracking myself up saying wispwings. It just makes me laugh. I can't help it. All right. So let me add that little guy to, we're going to make that little guy our spirit companion right now. Let's see what colors we get. So we get brown and black and white, which I think is pretty apropos of the season, and blue and pink and kind of an orange, light orange, and then purple. But we're gonna do black and red because y'all know that's my thing. Look at how cute. All right. And now we are gonna change our activity to, how about reading? There we go. Looky there. So cute. I really love this little guy. All right. Do. Oh, bye, Sophia. Yes, Zoom tomorrow. Yeah, the brown one was cute. They're all cute. They're all cute. I mean, I like the purple one too. Yeah, Zoom tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern time. So whatever that is in your time. Um, Bree has to drop also. Bye, Bree. Now that I have my login, I'll hopefully be able to jump in more often. Excellent. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for stopping by today. Good night, Sophia. Sweet dreams. And Ariel loves the blue one. Yeah, they're all super cute, right? They're all super cute. So, but we're gonna stick with the holiday theme. Um, and do the black and the red. The only thing I really wish I could turn them like the only time you can turn them is when you're in the selection process and you could just turn them to look at them. But I really wish I could turn them in the place. So, all right, enough of that. Now we are going to get back to work. Let me pull up the timer again. Okay, are we ready for the next sprint, y'all? What's everybody working on? What are you working on this sprint? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. Um, so yeah, here we go. 20 minutes. Let's do the things. Off we go.
author just rated with 15 viewers. Welcome, Raiders.
Hey, y'all! Welcome in. Sorry, let me pause. Well, the timer's about to go off in 25 seconds. Anyway, Krista, welcome in. Thank you for your raid. Welcome, Raiders. Hello, hello. How was your stream? How did things go? Did you get a lot done? Yeah, we're actually only going to do probably one or two more sprints and then we're going to raid. So excellent. It actually worked out to return the raid. Yay. Yay, and very productive. We like very productive. Well, if you need to raid and run, of course I understand 100%, but thank you so much for trusting me with your community. Hello, Krista's community. I'm Vanessa. I run a writerly support and education group called the Writers Troop on Facebook, Discord, and obviously here on Twitch. You can check those out. There's the Facebook and there's the Discord. I am an author and a professional editor. I've been editing since 2008, and I write primarily urban fantasy with horrific elements. And then when I write short fiction, it's usually horror. And I've been very much in my feminine rage this year. So yeah, so that's a little bit about me. Feel free to say hello in the chat. Let us know what you're working on. Those of you who have been here, my folks, let me know how you did that sprint. We do 20-minute sprints. We usually do a couple and then take a little break and do a couple and take a little break. And at some point I lose track of when the break was and then things just happen. So yeah, so we've got about, we'll probably do one or two more, maybe two more sprints. I'm feeling very, very focused today. So yeah. Right, exactly. Oh, why? Why would we be engaging in feminine rage these days? Oh, I don't know. How about just everything? So yeah, I know you feel me. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, so please feel free to say hello. Let us know what you write. If you're a writer, we don't dictate what you do here. You don't have to write while you're here. We have people who do crochet projects. We have people who clean their house. We have people who, rearrange things or work on their day job or whatever. It's really just about getting shit done, right? It's really just about doing the stuff we need to do to get things going. So I am not writing today. I have not been writing for a while. I am in full on, I've got to get my shit done for this convention. So we've got Multiverse Convention here in the Atlanta area in 2 weeks. It actually starts 2 weeks from tomorrow. And I'm the programming director and I'm not ready. I've been very behind and I'm trying to get this schedule hammered out and done and ready to be released publicly hopefully next week. So yeah. So I'm like really trying to get this shit done because I've been a complete and total slug for the last few weeks because just life has been rough, right? So, all right, y'all, how did you guys do that round? Nobody's saying anything. I feel like it's just me and Krista sitting here talking. Where are y'all? We did actually, several people have left in the last half hour. Ariel looked at a blank page that time. It's not helping that pain meds are kicking in. So may try to start this later. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you're still recovering. So that's what you have to prioritize, right? If you're not getting words, that's okay. It's okay if you're not getting words. Anita said, during some research, I found medieval murder maps for England cities. So not much editing done. What? Okay, I need you to share this with me because I am very interested in like medieval murder maps. Like, where has this been my whole life? Valerie is writing. Good job, Valerie. Good job, friend. All right. Let's see. We got a lot of folks out there. I see Writer Lee out there. I was hanging out with Thief last night. We raided Thief yesterday. Good job on the what is it? Authortober? That's super cool. Super cool. Thank you for joining us. That's really the only person out there whose name I actually recognize, I think. I think all the rest of you are new to me. Oh no, I see Vale out there. Vale Wraith is out there. So good to see you too. Um, thank you, Anita. That is going to be bookmarked, medieval murder maps. This is the best thing ever for sure. All right, I'm just going to put that to the side. That's definitely getting bookmarked, and the cat is back. Yeah, yeah, I know. You're starving. You've only been fed 5 times today. Poor thing. They have Oxford and York as well. If you hover over the icons, you can see the crime. Okay, I'm not looking at that right now. I'm going to keep that up in my browser. As a matter of fact, I'm going to move it away from like the end, because if I leave it at the end, actually I want to move it into one of the other windows. What the hell am I doing here? What did I just do? There it is. I need to move it into a different window, because otherwise, I'm gonna put it in that window. Otherwise, I'm just gonna completely get caught up in it, and I'm not gonna get my shit done. Yeah, Kitty's being loud. She's being whiny. She knows what I'm talking about her too, even though she's fucking deaf as a doorknob. So, yeah, yeah. Okay. So let's get into another sprint. We'll do 2 more. Usually this will be the last sprint, but we'll do 1 extra sprint, since we have so many new people who are being very shy and not talking at all. So, all right, Krista, thank you again for everything. You are fabulous. You are fabulous, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Feel free to hang around if you want to hang around. If you need to go, that's also cool. So thank you so much, Krista. Have a wonderful rest of your day. All right, we're going to get started again. I've got 20 minutes on the clock. Let's do the thing, y'all.
just rated with 17 viewers. Welcome, Raiders.
This is awesome. Okay, I'm gonna pause the sprint. Welcome in, Ryder Lee. Thank you so much for the raid. Huzzah! I see spicy fruit salad. I rated you before. I remember you. Welcome in, y'all. Thank you so much for the raid, Lee. Thank you, thank you. You're awesome. I was just saying how I recognized your name because yesterday I rated Thief, and they're part of your October group, and that was the first I'd heard of it. So thank you so much for sharing your community with me. Hey y'all, I'm Vanessa. I run a writerly support and education group called the Writers Troop, hence the name. And we do stuff on Facebook, Discord, and obviously Twitch. So here is Facebook if you're interested, and here's the Discord. We do events almost every day of the week, writing sprints in different ways here on Twitch, also in Zoom, also on Meet. We have a writerly discussion group on Sunday evenings over Zoom on a topic that people vote on over the course of the week. We vend together at large sales event where it's somewhat expensive to vend individually, and all the things. So yeah, so welcome and thank you for feeding the dragon spicy fruit salad. Thank you, thank you. Um, let's see. Yes, October signups are still open if you'd like to join us as a streamer. The only issue is that October I'm not going to be streaming as much as normal. I have a convention that I help run that is in 2 weeks. And also the week after that, I'm going to be my mom, her lung cancer came back. She's going to be okay, but we've got our radiation treatments the week after, which means my schedule's all going to be all herky jerky. So like normally I would totally jump in even with the convention coming up, but like I'm not going to be streaming nearly as much as I usually do. So yeah, it's called Multiverse Convention. You can find it at multiversecon.org. No, that's not right. It's not door. Is it .org? Or is it .org? Yes, multiversecon.org. It's a convention that's just south of Atlanta, Georgia, and it is a sci-fi fantasy horror fandom convention with a heavy emphasis on books and art and gaming, and also diversity. We are hyper inclusive of all identities, and we make a point of creating space for people who historically have not had space or a voice. So that's multiverse. I'm very excited. I'm so behind y'all. So thank you so much about my mom. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, but that's how my life has been this decade. This decade is just that. It's just everything awful that could happen. So so yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna miss it too, Valerie. Dang it. So, are you going to hang around? Are you going to raid and run? And raid and run is completely fine, obviously, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot. So we're in the middle of a sprint. We're going to do one more, and then we will be raiding. But thank you so much for coming and jumping in and sharing your folks with us. We love that because we love writers, right? We love having more writers in our circles. So yeah, I know, Ariel, you're missing it too. Dang it. Anyway, I have to break and unwind from streaming, but I'll be hanging around and lurking. Yes, more writing. There's always more writing to do, right? I am very heavily in convention organization mode. I will not be doing any writing at all, probably for the next 2 weeks. So yeah. So that is what we're doing. I'm going to turn the timer back on. We're going to get back into our sprint. If you are just joining us or have just joined us recently in the previous raid, feel free to let us know what you write in the chat because, we always like having additional writer friends. I typically write urban fantasy with horrific elements, and often when I write shorter, I end up writing horror. And as I mentioned earlier, I am currently in my feminine rage phase. So that's awesome. So, all right. So let's get back into it and do the things. Here we go. Okay, y'all, that's the end of that sprint. How did you do? I got things set up. So one of the things that we're going to have at Multiverse this year that we have not had in previous years is Usagi Medical Group, and they are a group of medical professionals, EMTs, nurses. I think there's one doctor, um, paramedics, mental health professionals, therapists, counselors, etc., who volunteer their time to conventions. Now, it still costs because you have to pay for the equipment, you have to pay for the insurance, have to pay, they have to have hotel rooms and things like that. But they provide medical assistance of pretty much any type. And they can assess whether, we actually need to call 911 or whatever. We have not had any major medical issues. We had a couple medical issues over the years, and we've got a doctor who's a regular guest, and he has always kind of been the thing, like, where people go running to him, hey, this is going on, and so he would attend to it. But yeah, we don't need him in that role. He doesn't need to be doing that. So this year, for the first time, I'm going to be putting up a GoFundMe. I'm actually basically putting the money in for it. But I'm going to do a GoFundMe to try to, recoup it a little bit, because it's not cheap, but I think is necessary, because I actually had cause to need this group at a con I was in the spring, where I passed out. I literally just, like, I was very lightheaded. I was talking to a friend, and then next thing I know, I was on the floor. And they were really incredible. In like, I've always, like, I'm friends with a lot of them, and I've always wanted them to come to Multiverse, but I've kind of been pushing for it this year. And then after I had that experience where I was actually a patient of theirs, and they also give out, like, over the counter medication, like if you need a Tylenol, if you need just like a Band-Aid, you need whatever, you can go to them, and they'll give you that stuff. So I'm really excited about having them there. So I did a lot of the, like, we finally finished up the contract. I sent that. I sent some information. I asked for some information from them. This has been in the works for several weeks, and I paid the deposit. So that's what I was doing that sprint. I was working on those things. So how did the rest of you do? Valerie has the writing going. Anybody else? Nobody else has, like, let us know what they're working on. So spicy fruit salad, how are you doing? How are you doing, new friend? So we rated spicy fruit salad about 2 weeks ago, I think, something like that. Valerie finished a scene. Good job, Valerie. Excellent job. Excellent job. Love to hear that. Judy, are you still out there? And Anita, how did you do that round? Ariel, do 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 do. And I see Vale Wraith, no, Vale Wrath. So Vale, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Um, Anita did some editing and didn't fall down any research rabbit holes. Yeah, I'm very I completely forgot about the murder map that you sent, which I'm glad I did, because if I had not forgotten about it, I probably would have gone and looked to edit. So I did not. I did not. Oh, something for the new folks who are here. This is one of our channel mascots. This is Octomuse. So so yeah, so we have several channel mascots, but that's one of them. And also doubles to warn people that I'm grumpy, but I'm not grumpy. I'm doing pretty okay. All right. So, anybody else going to check in? So, we're going to start our final sprint. Yeah, I'm hot. Let's see. Ariel said resting because I'm dealing with a flare up in my leg. Resting is a good idea. It is an excellent idea, friend. Rest up, Ariel. Um, so yeah, so I'm gonna, during this sprint, I'm gonna go find no music this sprint. You can't even buy music this sprint, because I am going to go find somebody to raid, and that requires me having my sound on. So Let's see. Valerie's going to take an exercise break, so probably miss the raid out, but thanks for the sprints. Are you going to like stay in here so you go with us on the raid, or are you leaving altogether? But thank you for coming by. So I'm glad you got to stay for a little while this time because I remember, I think it was yesterday where you came in and we were like just about to raid. So, okay, cool, 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 cool. I wrote more in this hour than all of yesterday. Yeah, we love to hear that. That's awesome. Okay, okay. So I will go find somebody for us to raid and then we will wrap things, right? Okay, so last sprint, we're going to end strong. If you haven't taken your meds, this is going to be your real last reminder from me anyway. So take your meds. All right. I've got 20 minutes on the clock. Let's get right back into it. Finish up strong, get our shit done. Here we go. That's it, y'all. That's the stream. That is it. How'd everybody do that round? I took like the last 10 minutes off because I've been working my ass off all day and I just my brain needed a rest. So I just chilled out for like the last 7 or 8 minutes of the stream, played a little bit of a game, and kind of reset my brain a little bit. So, and did some chatting with some folks. Um, so yeah, but I've got a lot more work to do the rest of the day. All right, Anita got more editing done. Excellent job, excellent job. So I'm going to go over the events of the coming week as I know them. And this is taken directly from the TWT Google Calendar. Some things are not in the Facebook group, but are on the calendar. So here we go. Today is Thursday. So tonight at 7 p.m., and these are all Eastern time, 7 p.m., we have writing sprints with Amelia. And she goes from 7 till 9. She does 30-minute writing sprints. Then tomorrow I will be on Zoom at 1 p.m. from 1 until about 2:30, and we are doing our OG Zoom co-working. We do 2 30-minute sprints. So like I said, 1 from 2:30. Then at 3 o'clock, Autumn, who I don't think is in here today, has Twitch sprints from 3 until 5. Then at 7 p.m., Amelia does her writing sprints again. She goes from, again, 7 till 9. On Saturday, we have Discord sprints at 11 a.m. with James. So James does the sprints in the Discord sprint chatting, like voice chat channel. He's on there usually video and voice. So he goes from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Then at 8 p.m., Autumn is again on Twitch with her writing sprints, and she goes from 8 until 11. On Sunday morning at 10 a.m., I'm pretty sure we've got two things. The one that's on the calendar is Sunday morning write-in with Lisa Raby. She goes from 10 until 12. But I believe during the same time that Dalen does writing sprints on the Discord. So you have two options Sunday morning. Then at 3 p.m., Autumn is again on Twitch from 3 until 5. Then Sunday evening at 7 p.m., we have our usual Zoom discussion. The event is up in the Facebook group. So if you're in the Facebook group, please pop into that and vote on the topic or topics of your choice. I know we have at least one new topic that was added this week. If you have a topic suggestion, you're also welcome to add it to the comments, and I will add it to the list. I have not yet decided or worked out a way to do it on the Discord because I don't want to have to count up votes on both places. I just want to pick one place. So that's what we're doing. Anyway, that's from 7 until 8:30. Then on Monday, we have Sprints and Meditation with Joe Compton, although I think he posted something. I don't know. That may not be. I remember reading something that he posted, but I'm not sure if it's this week. I'll have to go back and look. But Monday night at 10 p.m. on the Go Indie Now network, just search YouTube for Go Indie Now. You'll find it. We will be doing late night news and the final Multiverse Spotlight, which will feature me. And I'll be talking about what's going on at Multiverse, some of the stuff on the schedule, etc., etc. So that is from 10 till about 11:15 on Monday evening. Tuesday at 7 p.m., Amelia again hosts her 30-minute writing sprints from 7 till 9. That brings us to Wednesday. Wednesday at noon, I'll be right back here from noon to 3, doing our thing. Then Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on the Discord, Dalen hosts the Wednesday workshop. So if you have a thing that you kind of need feedback on, and this is not like you don't like give them pages and pages, but it's like if you need to do some brainstorming, if you have a sentence or an opening or a blurb or something that you just can't seem to nail, it's really about getting some help with that. And that brings us, so that's at 8 o'clock from 8 till 9 on Wednesday night. So that brings us back around to next Thursday where we'll be doing this again from noon until 3. Anybody else want to check in before we take off? Y'all got real quiet after the raids. Like y'all got real quiet. So we're going to go ahead and raid Leaf again because we raided them yesterday. And I think that was fun. And I know there are several people in here who are doing the October, and Leaf is one of the people who is, I mean, Thief is one of the people who is also participating, so you can, get your credit like there or whatever. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and raid. Y'all real quiet, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna start the raid. Thank you as always for being here. For those who rated us, thank you. For those who came along on the raids, thank you. I appreciate it. So we are gonna head over there in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Hi, y'all.
We can do a couple. It's online. Visual Power was using. Jigsaw Explorer. I think this one was it. When you begin a jigsaw puzzle, you will see multiplayer button. Switching to multiplayer